Honey, stop that. I'm so sorry. She's belted in.
Don't worry. It comes with the territory. I'll get it.
Please subscribe to our channel. In today's rewatch, we'll see Neil LaBute's remake of the 1973 cult British film The Wicker Man, directed by Robin Hardy. Nicolas Cage stars as a sheriff investigating a young girl's disappearance from an isolated, mysterious island off the coast of Maine. Policeman Edward Malice gets news from his ex-fiancée, Willow Woodward, that her daughter Rowan is missing. He travels to an island off the coast of Washington where a group of neo-pagans live. They are led by Sister Summersile, an elderly woman who represents the goddess they worship. Sister Summersile explains to Edward that her ancestors had left England to avoid persecution, only to settle near Salem and find renewed persecution in the Salem witch trials before arriving on the island. Sister Summersile explains that their population is predominantly female, as they choose the strongest stock, evading Edward's concern about the birth of unwanted males. The island's economy relies on the production of local honey, which Edward learns has declined recently. Edward asks the villagers about Rowan, but they give him evasive answers. He later sees two men carrying a large bag that appears to be dripping blood and finds a fresh, unmarked grave in the churchyard. The grave contains only a burned doll, but Edward finds Rowan's sweater in the churchyard. At the village school, teacher Sister Rose tries to prevent Edward from seeing the class register. When he finds that Rowan's name is crossed out, he becomes outraged at Rose and her class. After a short discussion of the islanders' view of death, she explains that capital punishment is used to enforce their laws. Edward asks how Rowan died and Sister Rose tells him she'll burn to death. When Edward catches the tense she used, Sister Rose quickly corrects herself, she burned to death. When Edward questions Willow about the grave, she reveals that Rowan is their daughter together. On the day of the fertility rite, Edward frantically searches the village for Rowan. Disguised in a bear suit, he joins the parade led by Sister Summersile, which ends at the festival site. Rowan is tied to a large tree, about to be burned. Edward rescues her, and they run away through the woods, but Rowan leads him back to Sister Summersile. Sister Summersile thanks Rowan for her help, and Edward realizes that the search for Rowan was a setup the whole time. Willow, known on the island as Sister Willow, is the daughter of Sister Summersile and chose Edward as a human sacrifice to restore the island's honey production, after Edward deliberately destroyed the beehives in their crop earlier. The ending signifies Malice past finally catching up with him, burning inside the effigy just as the girl he failed to save did in her mother's car. Malice's final moments paint the picture of a cycle of trauma that he simply couldn't escape from, making The Wicker Man a bleak and colorful exploration of the character's spiral into destruction. They carry him to an enormous wicker man where he is hoisted high above the ground and shut inside. Rowan sets fire to the Wicker Man, and Edward is sacrificed in a giant blaze amid his screams. 6 months later, Sisters Willow and Honey go to a bar and meet two policemen, one of them having graduated from the academy. Willow and Honey agree to go home with them, so that's the Wicker Man rewatch. I hope you like this video. Please leave a comment and subscribe to this channel. See you in another video. Bye.